Co. I am a content creator for Dixie Belle Paint Company. I come live with you guys every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. to do some fun tutorials. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. If you're a return follower, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate you spending time with me. All right, so this week, we're starting a new project. This is going to be a project that we will be working together for the entire thing. I think that's how we're gonna do this. So I want to walk through step by step how you start to finish a project. I get a lot of questions on like full restoration pieces and how to do that with Dixie Belle. So I am super excited to walk you through that process. I'm gonna back up. This is a vanity that I will be restoring for a friend, and you can see it needs a lot of love. So I have all of the fun things in front of me what we're gonna do today. So good morning, Jeannie. How are you today? Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you hanging out with me today. So I'm going to show you how to clean it, how to stain your drawers, and how to make your drawers move more efficiently. With these old pieces, hey Donna, how are you, honey? With these old pieces, they come with some bumps and some bruises and things like that. This is a family heirloom piece. This is a friend of mine's piece that we're doing. It's in her daughter's room. And this was my friend's great-grandmother's piece of furniture. So it is dated, you know, around the same time. You guys know I like the same pieces of furniture. So probably around 1920s, somewhere in there. Family, never been anywhere else but in her family. So, hey, Stephanie, good morning. And I would love for you guys to hit that like button and share if you would. Get me out there in that algorithm so we can help out some Dixie Belle. All right, so the products that we're going to be used today is White Lightning, Big Mama's Butter. If you don't know what Big Mama's Butter is, car shopping. Ooh, that's fun. This smells so good. Okay, so this is Big Mama's Butter, and it's in one of their new scents, and it is called Fresh and Clean. And it smells just like that. I can't really explain it. I keep smelling it. It kind of has like a little bit of a light floral scent. If you guys, I don't know, I can't really explain it. It just smells really yummy. So it has a really clean, crisp smell. Okay. I will be using the sanding sponge. I only have one left in here because they come in 3 packs and I use them on every project. So when I cannot emphasize how amazing these are, I love them. And they save my manicure so that I don't have to tear my nails up because the back has a sponge on it. We will be using the applicator pads to apply our no pain gel stain. And we will be using the no pain gel stain in walnut. And I'll be using my bag of rags to help me clean. And because I showed you guys the Fresh and Clean, oh, I love it. So I'm also going to be using this finishing pad. The finishing pad comes this big. This is mine. I have very little hands. It is very hard for me to hold something this big when I'm trying to clean with it. These have many, many uses. The finishing pads are amazing. You can use them to clean off your piece of furniture when it's done to get the little debris pieces. You can use it to make sure that your not stencils, excuse me, your transfers are on there nice and clean. I like to use them to clean my furniture with because it gets all of the yuck off and it's not abrasive enough where it's going to hurt anything. So I cut mine up into thirds so that I can hold it better. So finishing pad, okay? I'm gonna put that one over there because it's clean and I don't wanna mess it up. Great products, thank you. And you can find all of these products if you go to the Dixie Belle main page. You can click up in the left-hand corner and it'll tell you that you can find your local retailer. You type in your zip code, your local retailer will be super knowledgeable in all of these products. They also are doing classes this time of year because it is the holiday season, so there's nothing more fun than getting your girlfriends together and doing some fun little projects that you can give as gifts, or you can just, you know, have a girls' night out. Super fun. All right, let's get to it. So when I am using the White Lightning, I like to use gloves. Not only because I can't go wash my hands right now because I'm live with you, I like to keep my nails clean. And, you know, it is a chemical. It's a TSP, which is going to degloss and clean your furniture to make sure that it is prepped for paint. I will not be painting this piece of furniture. I will be restoring it. Now, that means I'm going to sand it. My nearest local retailer is over 40 miles away. Bummer. Oh, I'm sorry, love. You can also, you can shop online. So with that being said, when you are sanding your piece of furniture, you need to clean it before you sand. If not, all of the dirt and the grime that's on here, a lot of people think that it's just coming off. You're grinding it into your wood, because when you're sanding, you're creating friction. It's getting hotter, you're removing stuff, but you're also mushing it in there. Any oils or anything that are on this piece of furniture, pledge, spilt, whatever, lots of years of bleh. When it's being heated up with that friction, the oil is getting reheated and it's going to seep down into your piece of furniture. You do not want that. So please, 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 please clean your furniture. Clean, clean, clean. All right, I used water and about a teaspoon's worth or a half a teaspoon's worth of white lightning. So white lightning is granules. I'm trying to see if I see a can of it around here. I do not have one close enough for me to grab. Do I? I do, hold on. Okay, so white lightning, they're granules, okay? And on here are directions on exactly how to use this, okay? I cannot read it because it is too tiny and I need a magnifying glass. So we're just going to pretend I read them to you. So read them yourselves. Okay, so what I did is I took a bottle of, like an old bottle of cleaner, and I put, it says white lightning on here so I don't get it mixed up with anything else. I added half of it with hot water. I added my white lightning into it, and then I added more hot water, and I shook to make sure that it's nice and dissolved, and I still give it a good shake every single time I use it. When you're applying your white lightning, you also want to make sure that you rinse it off. I have just clean, clear water in this bottle. Nothing fancy. All right, so let's get to it. I'm going to start moving some of my stuff off of here and onto another piece of furniture, which I hate doing that, because I feel like I'm gonna mess it up, but there's nothing open, so I am okay. I have a beautiful MCM cabinet right there. All right, so let's talk cleaning. That I'm gonna put on the floor because it's got oil on it. All right, now, that's neat. Okay, all my stuff out of the way. I'm going to back you up just a smidge. I'm going to take my little finishing pad, okay? I'm going to open up my bag of rags. I have gloves on, so it's hard for me to open, making sure I'm not missing your comments. Let's see that MCM. Oh my God, I sanded it today. You guys are gonna have to follow me on Insta. Okay, look at her. She is flipping gorgeous. I love her so much. She's so pretty. Oh my God. I'm glad that it is a friend of mine's now and does not belong to me, because I would keep it. The wood grain is spectacular. And I am going to, goodness gracious. Okay, I have to take these gloves off. I can't open a bag. All right, now I can open the bag. That was crazy. Okay, so let me put my gloves back on. Never a dull moment with me, guys, right? Oh, I'm here for your entertainment. All right, you're learning stuff, but I'm also here for your entertainment. Okay, so I'm just like, bag of rags is just exactly that, little bags of rags. I'm gonna take one out, and I am going to move all this stuff over here. Whew, you stay. We're gonna put you on the floor. I don't trust it. I don't want any oil or anything on that, because I've already sanded it and cleaned it, and it's ready to go. All right, so white lightning. Shake, 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 shake. Spray, 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 spray. One more thing. I'm gonna move this over. Okay, makes me nervous. I'm like, I just don't want anything on it. I worked so hard on cleaning it and sanding it. I'd be really sad. Okay, so I'm just going to get a good amount of that on there, okay? I'm going to take my finishing pad, and I am just going to scrub. I like to scrub my pieces. You can wipe all you want. I like to scrub. I'm gonna stand up, get behind it. It's got nail polish on it. It's got all of the things on it. It was in a little girl's room for many, many years. All right. I'm going to show you why, in just a second, why you want to clean your pieces of furniture. I don't care if it looks clean. Clean it. Your paint's not gonna stick, your primer's not gonna stick. You need to make sure that you take good care of your furniture, and we clean our furniture before. I'm also gonna talk primer with you, okay? If I was going to paint this piece of furniture, I'm going to tell you which kind of primer I would use and why. Okay? You would think that this is just all dirt. Some of it is. People might think that someone smoked in the house. Maybe, I know that they didn't. But this is called bleed through. And you'll hear a lot of us talk about bleed through. Now, what bleed through is when the tannins in the wood, so that means that orange stuff that's coming out are the tannins. So when you were cleaning something, you were opening up the pores in that wood and it's releasing the tannins in the wood. Now, if I was just to paint this white, you would see pink or orange or lines. And again, that's called bleed through. That is the tannins of the wood being released. Whenever there is any kind of moisture in it, it releases it. In order to make sure that that does not come through, you need to clean your piece of furniture thoroughly. And then I'm gonna show you, we're gonna rinse it off in just a second. And then you are going to use Boss. So Boss is a stain blocking, odor preventing primer. Sorry, my throat's like, we're not talking anymore. And so when you apply that 1, 2, sometimes even 3 coats of it, it's going to protect your furniture from having that. It's that little protective barrier. And then you can put your paint on top and it's not going to come through. Now, a lot of people ask, well, it looks like it might be slick, so should we use Slick Stick? This really isn't going to be one of those pieces. You can tell when something is, I don't have anything over here, like a cabinet is very shiny, you would use Slick Stick in that kind of an instant. And you can also say there's a little bit of bleed through when you put your Slick Stick on and you notice it, you can take the clear or white or whichever one you want to use and do a spot treatment. And then it will prevent that. So you don't necessarily need to use both. It's kind of a one or the other kind of thing, okay? So I'm going to scrub the other side of this. We're going to come over here and then we're gonna keep on going. I was sanding, can you tell? All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna give this guy another good little scrub. And I really spray it on there, okay? Spray, spray, spray. Take our little scrubby and we are scrubbing away. It is dirty day in the shop, so I am wearing a hoodie that I kind of care about. Some sweatpants. Nah, they're black. They hide stuff pretty good. All right. I'll take this and rinse it out with hot water. Later on, I won't do that now because I don't have a sink in my shop. I'm just going to take my White Lightning and move it down. I'm going to take my rag and just wipe off any excess moisture, cleaner, because I don't want this dripping everywhere. So we're removing that cleaner. All right, I'm gonna put that down here. I'm gonna grab a clean rag. I'm going to take my clean, clear water, just plain old water, and we're gonna spray. Now you don't want to just mist and be like, oh, I'm done. You really want to spray it. You want to hose this baby down. You want to make sure you get all that cleaner off. If you don't get that cleaner off, it's going to be underneath your paint, and that's bad news brown. You don't want to do that. Okay, taking this. Well, there was 2 rags. I'll grab both. Okay. And look at the difference. Yes, there's still some orange on there, but it's not as bad because that's just the tannins without the dirt on there. Okay, you could clean this 2-3 times. If I was painting this white, I would definitely clean this a couple more times, make sure that it's nice and rinsed. I'm sanding this piece. I just wanted to make sure the oil was removed so that when I sand the piece, it's not going to seep into it. Definitely a no, no, no. Okay, we'll be sanding this and staining it. I'll have this piece all prepared for our next Wednesday show, and we will be staining it together. If you follow me over on IG, you'll see how I take care of all the little grooves and all of the little feet. Not really a fun live, more of a real kind of situation, okay? So, there's that. Make sure it's good and dry because I want to put all my stuff back on top of it now. All right, throw that over there. Do not put that there. I'm so bad about putting stuff on top of furniture. I yell at my kids for it. I'm like, get your stuff off my antiques. And I do the same thing. All right. So now I'm going to come back. All right. I was making sure it wasn't wet where I sat. I'm going to take a sip of my water really quick. My cup is like the size of my head. Do you guys feel like you drink water more if you're in a giant cup that you like? Cleaning your piece with white lightning really helps you to get to know your piece to sand, fill, and make ready. Absolutely. Here's another little secret that I like to use. See how much cleaner it is? Like, you can already tell it's lighter than it is down here. I like to prime my piece of furniture, and then I will go back and use my Dixie mud, because I feel like when some of the scratches and gouges, unless it's very noticeable, may be hidden because it's such a dark piece of furniture. So that way, when I go back and I prime it, it highlights it, like it's like putting a spotlight on it, and then I can go back and use my mud for that. So that just might be a little trick for you guys. Put my drink over there. Now let's talk drawers. I'm gonna leave my gloves on. My nose is running. It's cold in my shop today, guys. All right, here is my drawers, okay? I'm gonna take my clean rag and I'm just gonna wipe it out because it just has dust in it. I've already vacuumed them and wiped them down, but I just wanna make sure that I get any of the residue off of there. Okay, come in here and do the same thing. This is where you check before you stick your hand in here. You want to tip your head down and make sure there's not a spider in there. Don't ask me how I know that that can happen. It's a pretty piece. Did you get the mirror? Yes, the mirror is behind it. It's a girlfriend of mine's. I'm doing a full restore on that. The mirror is gonna be so fun. Let's see. Yes, okay, making sure. All right, so that's all cleaned out. Now, here's your drawer tracks. When your drawer is janky and it doesn't want to work the way that you want it to, it's because this piece of furniture is very, very old, correct? So you're going to take your handy dandy sanding sponge. It's about 220 grit. You're going to sand the bottom of your drawers, okay? I've already done this. I'm just showing you for aesthetic purposes only, because you would have to sand a lot longer than I'm sanding. So you want to sand everywhere. You want to sand on the inside. You want to sand it flat. Now, you also want to take this and come along your tracks and do the same thing. And right here too, don't forget here, because your drawer sometimes will stick, and that could be your culprit. All right, now that I've done that, we're good, okay? Good to go. Let's take our rag again, and we're gonna remove any debris that I just created from all that dust. You don't wanna leave that dust in your drawers. When you are doing a piece of furniture, you wanna make sure it's nice and clean. You wanna make sure that spiders, oh my God. You just wanna make sure that you get everything off of there. I got a splinter this morning from this bad boy, which is how I knew she needed to be sanded. Splinters are not fun. All right, let me get all that dust off of me. Now, let's drop it on our legs. All right, let me take my hair and tuck it behind my glasses so it stops sticking to my face. All right, now, sanding sponge, we talked about that. Let's grab our Big Mama's butter. I have a old generic stencil brush from 9 million years ago that I only use for this purpose. I'm going to take Big Mama's butter, fresh and clean. You have to smell it like 900 more times because it smells amazing. We're gonna take our little brush, circle, circle. About that much. I'm going to come in here, okay? I'm gonna take my brush and go along that track. I'm also going to go along the side parts. Not only does it make it look, see the difference? Ah, dry, happy, All right, so you want to make sure that you do that. I'm going to be sanding all this and cleaning it all off. I'm not worried if I get it on there. But when you are painting a piece of furniture and you're not painting this part, which I often don't because the drawers rub, give it a good little restore. It makes your clients very happy. It makes your piece smell super yummy. And it makes your drawers a lot more functional. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to come back again, give another little swirly swirl, and I'm going to do this part, okay? So I'm gonna take my brush, and I'm gonna cram it in there. Again, this is not a brush I care about. I only use this brush for this. All right, now that I've gotten that, I'm also going to do this part. Because this part also glides across the wood. Wherever the wood on wood is going to rub, I want to make sure that I hit that part. It's going to reduce friction. It's going to make it happy. And it's going to make it smell super yummy. Okay? So now that I've done that, I'm going to get the pieces that I missed. I'm going to put my brush underneath me. I am going to, because I don't want to get, I'm going to cover up my Big Mama's butter. Slide that over here. Now I'm going to show you the difference, okay? So when you put your drawer in, okay, can you hear the difference? It sounds kind of horrible. You ready? Ah, very happy drawer. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I am going to, I'm gonna move this over here because I don't want to put this on my lap because I don't want to get Big Mama's butter on my sweatpants, okay? I am going to take the applicator pad. All of this you can get at Dixie Belle, by the way. The applicator pad, all right? And I'm going to take my no paint gel stain. I've already taken this lid off and I've already mixed it up. You want to make sure that you do that because it's an oil-based product. You want to make sure that everything in the inside is nice and combined so that when you're applying your product, you're getting everything the way that it needs to be. Okay, so I'm going to open this product with my, I use a rubber mallet too to close it because you don't want to bend your can. When you bend your can, air gets in there and it can corrode, okay? So I'm going to take, again, I told you I cleaned this up already or mixed it up. I'm going to take out of my lid, okay? So it's not all in there. And kind of scrape some of that off. Wearing gloves because you don't want to get this stuff on you. I'm going to, because this is yucky and stained, we're going to take our walnut. I like the pad because it has corners. I can smush it in here. I'm not worried about the top. I'm sanding all this off, so if I get some stain on here, it's okay. And then again, this can get in the corners. If I need more, I dab it. Okay, we're gonna dab, 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 get in those creases. I'm wearing gloves again because I don't want this on my hands at all whatsoever. If you do get it on your hands, you can use Big Mama's butter and it comes right off. Oil removes oil. Doesn't that look so much better already? Now, if the drawers were not in bad condition, I would just use Big Mama's butter. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay. Now, I'm gonna come along over here and get this side as well. Making sure I'm getting in those little corners. All right, do the sides. Because when you open it, you want it to match, right? I will be sanding the drawers down and restaining them. So if I get a little bit on the front, I'm not concerned. Not a big deal. You want to grab some in your corners, and you really want to make sure you get into everything. You don't want to leave it splotchy. It's not very professional looking. Okay, I love the applicator pads because not only am I applying the product, but I'm also offloading it at the same time. So there's not a bunch of residue. You could use the bag of rags if you like to. You could use anything you want to apply your stain. Got to start work. I'll catch the end on replay. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. Have a great day. Thanks for catching us this morning. All right. And I will hit just the back of the drawer too, just because no one's going to see it, but I'll know it's there. So I just want to make sure. The OCD in me says, you have to do the back. And I will also stain the back of this as well, and the bottom. I know that it's excessive, but when I'm restoring a piece of furniture, I restore it from start to finish, everywhere, like it is a brand new piece of furniture again. Okay? So here is that. I'm gonna come back in with my clean side, and I'm gonna wipe down, because you don't want oil in here just pooling around. You wanna make sure that you get any of that excess off, okay? Now this, I'm not gonna put this back in here because it needs air to dry. So I'm just going to take, see, we're just offloading some of that stain. All right. So that's how much came off of it, and that's how we were applying it. Now I'm gonna go ahead. A lot of it will have your grandma paper in it, okay? Which is great because it protected. And yes, I called it grandma paper, I'm sorry. I meant to call it contact paper. All right. This one wants to be a stinker. If it does that, you can't get it off, you can use a heat gun and it'll come out. Let me take these off for just a moment. See if I can, all right, let me grab another drawer. That one's like, no ma'am, not happening. So now you can see the difference. Let me put another pair of gloves on before I touch that. All right, hold on one second. See, I brought another pair of gloves because I knew I was gonna take them off because it's what I do. And then I'm like, oh man, I got stuff all over my hands. And then I'm sad. So, nope. I grabbed another pair just in case. All right, so now, here is the older drawer. That's adhesive. And here is the one that we made look super pretty. See how the wood grain pops out and how pretty that is? Doesn't this look much better than this one? Like if I was buying a piece of furniture or paying to have a piece of furniture restored, go the extra mile and do these little things. I mean, that looks great, it's fine. You just want to clean it with Big Mama's butter. And there's nothing wrong with it. But this had a lot of stains in it and I wanted to make it just look beautiful. So there's nothing better than some clean drawers, right? Clean drawers are good, dirty drawers are bad. All right, so there's a spot that I see that I missed. And you can come back in and just kind of do some spot checks just to make sure, because it will ooze out sometimes of the sides, that you get all that out. I'm gonna come back in with my clean corner and just get into these corners to make sure that I get any of that excess out. The reason you want to do that, and you want to do that too with your Big Mama's butter, and I'll touch on that as well. When you are cleaning with Big Mama's butter, it is an oil-based product. This is wood. It's going to absorb it, and then it's going to expel what it cannot absorb, right? You want to make sure that you get that out. Say I'm buying a dresser from you, and you put oil-based stain in it, and you didn't appropriately clean it out the right way, and I put a white shirt in there. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to stain. And the cloth is porous. It's going to pull that stain out. So you want to make sure that this dries appropriately before you bring it back to the person like a week, okay? About that long. I'm gonna be working on this for quite some time, which is why I like to do this stuff first, so that while I'm working on the outside of it, it has time to do what it needs to do. If I was just using Big Mama's butter, I would do the same exact thing. You clean it out with Big Mama's butter, I apply it with this, and then I go back with a clean pad the next day and the day after and re-wipe it down just to make sure that there is no excess oil in there. Again, it's gonna smell amazing, it's gonna look great, but if you put your clothes in there and you ruin your clothes, you're gonna be really sad. Really, really sad. I would be very upset. So just go ahead and make sure that if you are using those kinds of products, you do take those extra steps, because it just is what's gonna set you aside from you and someone else. I haven't decided on the color stain for my grandpa's dresser. No orange-like colors and not super dark. I like that one, maybe slightly lighter. Is there any suggestions? The honey is really pretty. And then this is the no pain gel stain and walnuts. Now, I will tell you, all of the stains look different on different woods. This is oak, so it's going to look different because each piece of wood has its own grain and lightness and texture. Tiger wood, again, oak is going to pull it darker. Pine is going to be lighter. It depends on what kind of wood your dresser is. Mahogany, it's gonna be darker, redder. So again, it just depends on the type of wood that you're using, and when you apply your stain, it's going to pull differently. I use walnut a lot, and it looks different on every piece of furniture that I do. I have another piece over there, but it's okay. I was gonna show you the difference. I think it's pine. Pine is gonna pull lighter. Walnut's a great color. Walnut, espresso is gonna be darker. The honey is a great, it's honey something. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's over there, but it's more of a, it's honey color. So it's got a little bit of yellow to it, but it's very soft. You just can go on the website and you can look at the different stains that they have, and you'll be able to see, and you can click on the pictures and it'll show you a picture of what it looks like when it's with a piece of furniture, so you have a better idea. But again, this is the walnut. I tend to use it on everything. It is my favorite stain. Of course you can mix the stains. You can mix whatever you want. They are all oil-based. Oil and oil are friends. Water and water are friends. So just remember that. You definitely don't want to use the voodoo gel stains with the oil-based stains, because it's water. It's not going to do well. But you can use whatever stain you want to. If you want a little lighter, if you want a little darker, if you want to make your own blend, feel free to do that. You absolutely can. Yeah, I like to do that as well sometimes, just to kind of get like, oh, it's not exactly where I want it, maybe just a tinge a little bit darker, and it'll be able to do those as well. So hopefully that helps you. Again, let's just go ahead and pretend that this is nice and done and we're all finished and we're like, ooh, she did such a great job. Those drawers are amazing. And that glide, right? Because that's what she's gonna say. You know, she may not say that, but if I left it like this, she would notice a big difference, right? And that's already been sanded. And you see I got stain on my arm. So what I'm going to do is grab a clean pad. Actually, I'm gonna grab a rag because I don't want to waste a pad. Ugh. We're gonna grab some Big Mama's butter. We have to sing it. I don't know. Do you guys sing things? I sing everything. I'm such a weirdo. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take my rag, right? And oh, it's like magic. It comes right off. Like I said, oil removes oil. There's the stain off my arm. I'm scared to do a color and I can't pull back. I'll start lighter. Do you know what you can do? You can do a test strip. What I like to do when I don't know what color I'm going to use, it's a dresser, right? Let me make sure. Let me go back and read. Okay, it's a dresser. Go underneath. No one's looking underneath there. Flip it down and just stain the bottom and see what you like, because the bottom is going to be the same wood as the drawers. It may not be the same wood as up here, but at least when you tip it back, you can get an idea of what you like. And no one looks at the bottom. So that way you can do that too. That's just a little idea. I like to do that sometimes. Actually, when I was doing this one, that's what I did for her. I did one strip of each color and then she picked which one she liked accordingly. And she picked walnut because it's the best. No, I'm kidding. They're all great. I just really love walnut. That's a great idea. I'll do that. Good, Stephanie, definitely. And make sure you share it with me. If you don't follow me already over on any of the other social medias, I would be very grateful if you did so and send me stuff. Whenever anybody sends me anything, I always love to share it either on Instagram or any of my other social media platforms. So, all right, you guys, it's 10:35. So the products, again, what we used today, we used Big Mama's butter for our drawer sides or our drawer tracks, excuse me. Thanks again. I'll share it with you soon. Stephanie, please do. I'll look forward to it. We use the no pain gel stain inside of the drawers, and we will be staining this whole entire piece of furniture next week, hopefully. Hopefully I can get it sanded down all the way before then. And then I'll be adding just a little bit of gold gilding wax just to highlight, just very minimally, just to give it a little bit of pizzazz, because you know I can't just leave everything alone. I have to add my little flair to it. We'll be cleaning up this hardware the same. I'm going to be using the gold gilding wax as well, just to kind of make sure that it has just a little bit of pizzazz to it. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. You guys are amazing. I hope everybody has a fantastic and fabulous day. If you need me, just feel free to reach out and I will answer you as quickly as I can. If I don't have the answer, there is an amazing team of ambassadors that I can reach out to as well. So thank you so much, everyone. Dixie Belle, thank you so much for having me. And I will be working on that MCM today. Me and her about to be besties all day. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. And I will catch you next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Thank you. Bye.